Today is November 16th, 2020, and you're watching and listening to the Bush League Bros podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bush League Bros Sports Talk. This is episode 25. Somehow we're already there. I'm Brett Batchelder. That other cat is Paul Liakis. Paul, we're at 25 episodes. How you feeling about it, man?
Quarter way to 100. There we go,
Almost
man.
there.
Yeah.
Feeling good about it? You ready for this episode? You feeling pumped?
I'm pumped, dude. I got some good things in my sports world that have happened. I don't know about you, but
not a bad weekend. Not a bad weekend for me. I mean, we'll talk about your Patriots and my Ravens here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Congrats, though.
And we're back, baby. We're back.
That's a
That's
little.
why I'm wearing Patriots gear all up to date, dude. We might make a run, dude.
Something. I can't wait to talk about that game because that is the only game I watched in its entirety yesterday.
Yeah.
And I have some questions.
Takeaways? Yeah.
I do have some takeaways. And hey, but your team got the dub. I said there was no I laughed at you. I scoffed at you for thinking your Patriots would even cover.
Do we want to get into it now? But I mean,
no.
Someone
went before I start.
No, not that, but like someone went 3 for 3 yesterday.
Yeah, and I didn't do a good job of tallying up. I mean, I'm brutal.
We got to be close on the season.
I think you're winning. I'm pretty sure last I checked, I'm pretty sure you're up. But I said I'd have it this episode. I did not get it yesterday. I got a little out of control for myself. I'll do something here. I mean, again, we are the Bush League Bros. I do have to act Bush League occasionally.
Bush League.
But, before I get too upset about how happy you are, and really it's football envy. My Cowboys absolutely
I'm kind of rubbing it in, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. You get the dub. You get to do that.
At least you didn't lose this week.
Correct. Actually, the Cowboys had a pretty good weekend this week.
This is the best week they've had in months, yeah.
Yeah, and, I will get to revel in some Philadelphia talk here a little later. But before I get angry, or not really angry, but before I have to hear you brag about your Patriots beating my Ravens, I do want to give you some props because you kind of gave me some homework on the last episode.
Yeah.
We talked about the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I got the classic, and you said, dude, you got to get the spicy.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I won't do it the next day. I'll do it the Saturday because you can't do Popeyes 2 days in a row.
No, I can't.
As you so eloquently put it, you're going to feel like garbage.
Yeah.
So did that. Went there Saturday, got a Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich. And let me tell you something, Chick-fil-A, you better watch out because if they can get better service, some better sides, and a better drink selection,
you, dude.
That spicy chicken sandwich stacks up quite well against Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwich. It's greasier, but I think it might be it's so close. It might be a better sandwich.
Dude, I would kill for either right now, to be honest. I think they have them up here, but it's not the same in the north. They take their chicken sandwiches serious in Florida, and I've been to a Chick-fil-A up here. It's not the same. They're usually in a mall up here, and a mall location is not the same as the standalone Chick-fil-A. And I don't know if there's Popeyes up here.
And we were phenomenal. You don't have Popeyes in Boston?
There probably is, but I just wouldn't trust it like I would in Florida, just because they put the heart and soul into it down there.
So I think I think
that's part of the common food groups.
Yeah, for sure. It's part of our culture down here. That's how Florida man feels.
No, on the food pyramid, it's it's directly. I guess it would be at the bottom, right? Because the top is the bad stuff. So it's the first thing that they say is good for you is
Didn't they tell you to flip the pyramid upside down? I mean, I don't really know anything about. I'm sitting here talking about Popeye's chicken sandwiches. Clearly, I'm not a health expert, but didn't they flip the pyramid upside down? Aren't
what they
breads
did with
bad
that.
for you now? Like, aren't you supposed to
Bread
not
is
eat
bad
bread?
for you now. Yeah,
That
bread
doesn't
was
make any
like
sense.
bread was
Bread
like
is
a
phenomenal.
number one, dude.
Yeah. That doesn't
Jesus
make any
Christ was
sense.
giving everyone bad cholesterol, dude. Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, is that what are the scientists saying they know better than Jesus? Is that what we're doing here?
That's apparently.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
ridiculous. Well, I'll break that down
Can't believe
another
in
day.
science. You haven't heard science is
Well,
fake, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, science is politics now. Big pharma.
It's all fake, dude.
Yeah, 100%. We got some. We should have done a whole episode on conspiracy theories. We can go all day on that. But I did want to give you props for that. Maybe you earned that 3-0 weekend you had with that phenomenal selection of telling me your recommendation of telling me to go get that spicy.
Exactly.
Well worth my time. Well worth my time. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'll come back in the records, and for one weekend, you done good, kid. You done good.
Certainly
And
did.
before we get into the sports talk, because again, allegedly we are a sports talk show, I have a little story on finally getting my driver's license and a positive that's come out of COVID. Before I do that, I've been talking a lot. Is there anything that has happened to you this weekend? Anything you want to share with the peeps? Anything that just strike an interest with you?
I mean, as we went over, I had a nice weekend. I'm a little tired. Long weekend, but a good one. But man, yeah, I mean, my Patriots, they're back in it. Wild card, maybe wild card question mark. DJ's one of my favorite golfers. Dustin Johnson won the Masters, dude. Gotta love DJ. He's like one of us, kind of, dude. He's like a normal guy. He's got his brother on the caddy bag, dude. They be partying. They're probably ripping it up right now, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard.
You got to.
We can get into some of those stories in some master talks later, but
we're going to.
He's got
very soon.
He's got an interesting and hands down the hottest wife on the PGA Tour. So
I missed that, but I heard that his wife was an absolute smoke show. Someone told me that yesterday.
Paulina Gretzky, dude. Wayne Gretzky's daughter, dude. Smoke show.
She doesn't look like Wayne Gretzky with long hair, does she?
She does not.
Okay.
She does not. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good because that would be a real problem for me. I can't.
She's probably the greatest national import ever from Canada. Yeah.
I don't know. Canada's done good. I mean, Rachel McAdams is Canadian.
Good point. Maybe second. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But up there, worthy in the conversation.
Yeah. In there.
Like maybe the LeBron, but not the Jordan of Canadian imports.
Canada. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that.
I like how I just skipped right over her father, who was probably like the greatest hockey player of all time.
Well,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
What do you care more about?
It's not even a debate. He is the greatest hockey player of all time, but it's okay.
Sure.
He didn't play for the Bruins. Come on.
Yeah, so who cares about him?
Yeah.
I pass. Gretzky's overrated. No one even likes him. He's not even Bobby Orr. But anything else you want to share with the peeps before I go in on the story here real quick?
Go ahead, bud. Yeah.
Okay.
Ahead.
All right. So
you're
exuding positivity. Your Patriots, you had a good sports weekend. The Masters was a good watch.
Yeah.
I've already come on the show giving you kudos, not only for your undefeated calls this weekend, but for the chicken sandwich recommendation. We're just going to keep this positivity train going here.
Keep it rolling.
So I love to bash the government, and we've done it plenty of times, but you got to give props where props are due. And this is a COVID positive. There's been a lot. I'm not COVID positive. Okay. I'm not saying this is not my weird way of saying I have COVID-19, but there's been a lot of negative things coming with COVID, obviously the deaths and everybody's sick and the economy and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
We've been there. We've done that. Let's talk about a positive here. The government actually got something right during COVID. So if you guys remember a few episodes back, I believe it was episode 23 or 22, go back and watch them both. Figure it out. We could use the support there, right? And I was pretty upset because I have not been able to renew my license that expired in May, and we're here in November, right?
Just riding dirty, dude.
Yeah. And the whole problem was I couldn't get a new license unless I had a birth certificate. Well, no one knows where my birth certificate is. You can't get a new birth certificate without a valid license. So it's this weird catch-22, shoot me now, I don't want to go through this process. Well, Pops came in clutch. He was able to get a new birth certificate for me. So Friday, I had an appointment scheduled for 9 o'clock in the morning at the DMV. And Paul, I just got to ask, when you have to go to the DMV,
It's the worst
Are you
day of
just
my
not
life,
dreading? Yeah, you're just dreading it because even if you have a 9 a.m. appointment, you're
You're there
figuring,
all day.
yeah,
You're
you're
there.
not getting out of there until at least 11:30, and that's
That's
kind.
generous. That's
That's kind.
generous. Yeah.
Would you say this is an apt description of what happens at the DMV? So the DMV is like taking everybody, at all the freaks at Walmart, and shoving them into one aisle, and
Yeah.
you just have to sit around. Like you've got Herman Munster bickering with cousin It over there over who gets to read Men's Health magazine.
Oh yeah.
While their loud ass troll children are playing on their phones with the volume all the way up.
So I guess this is my thing with the DMV is typically the smart people figure out a way to not go to the DMV. So
Correct.
with excluding the smart people, right? Like the smart people have to go once in a while, right? Like we all unfortunately have to do it, right? But the people that you typically run into at the DMV, like it seems like they're at the DMV, like that they have a common occurrence of coming to the DMV, whether it's DUIs or like, you know what I mean, lost your license or some dumb
It's like
shit.
you see, like you're like, hey, is that Lord Voldemort? No, that's just some dude coked out of his mind and clearly like injecting heroin at the same time. Doesn't know where
trying to
he
get
is.
his license back today. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hear
That's
you.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And I have not. This is how bad the DMV is. I have not had to go to the DMV since I was 16 to get my initial license. Because when it expired when I was 21, I could do it online. They wouldn't let me do this one online. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the first. But it
I was going to
scarred
say
me.
you got to go back. Yeah. Now. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I had. Yeah. That's why I had to go back. I still have my
16-year-old ID.
No, my 15-year-old. Yeah, I had my 16-year-old ID renewed when I was 21. No, it was renewed when I was 21. It was a picture of when I was 15 and got my learner's permit. I never changed the picture all the way through.
And I would love to be the guy that takes your ID and checks it.
Dude, I almost, in the 2018 draft, when my buddy David and I went to Dallas, fight back, I almost wasn't allowed back in because there's this guy's like, this is not you. This looks nothing like you. And I'm like, yes, it is.
This is a child.
Yes, it is. And I was probably weighing about 220 back then. I was like, yes, it is. Just take a little life out of the eyes. Just take a little life out of the eyes. Add some facial hair and a lot of sadness and fast food. Yeah. And you've got me, bro. Like, come on. That's me.
Do you happen by any chance to still have that? Because I would love to see it right now. Like, just put that.
I have. Well, I mean, I'm not going to put my license with all my information on camera.
It's a good point.
I will
maybe get it ready for next episode.
I will crop it out and I will show you the picture of 15-year. I look like I was. I mean, I looked like I was in the DMV for 5 hours that day because I looked like I was in a prison lineup. I was absolutely pissed off.
Yeah.
So
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting on Friday, right? I was like, okay, I get there. And there's a line going out the door. Everyone's spaced out because of COVID or whatever. But there's a line. I'm like, oh, God, dang it. This is not going to be a quick thing.
Not a good start.
Yeah. This is exactly what it was going to be. And here we go. I get in line a little before 9 o'clock. A little before, because it says be there 5 minutes early to check in. So I get there 5 minutes early. Check in. This guy, jacked Jamaican dude. I'm not going past him without permission. No. He's out there.
Not muscling him out of the way. Yeah.
Zapping you. You know, I like to think of myself as a fine specimen. But I know my place, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
I'll take a cougar, but this jacked Jamaican, no way, pal. No chance.
Yeah.
This dude, he's like wrangling bulls by the horn, like Ben Stiller in Dodgeball. You know, that's what this guy's really doing in real life. But I get in line. He takes my temperature, brings me in. And it was almost like a child walking into Toys R Us for the first time. Because once you walk in the doors, you're done.
Yeah.
I got there about 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. I'm out like right when my clock hit 9:10, right when my phone hit 9:10. Yeah. It was no more than 15 minutes. It was probably closer to 10 if I really did it. I didn't know what was happening. And what was funny was when I'm there, as you said, there's always some cretin. You can't go to the DMV and not just see something that resembles a human, but you're not quite sure that that's really a human being, right?
Yeah,
and there was this one guy, and I don't know his backstory. I don't want to bash him too much, but clearly I don't know that he can see things or hear things because he was yelling, not in a mean way, but he was yelling like he couldn't hear what the lady was saying.
Yeah.
And he did not pass the eye test. There was no chance. And normally, if you go to the DMV and you're waiting forever and they say, no, we're not giving you a license today, that's a whole big thing. Yeah. And this guy, he looked like, like a 65-year-old proud white man, not digging into anything there, but, I'm a man, give me my license. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even get mad.
He didn't get mad?
He said, oh, I just need to come back after I go to the doctor's. And they're like, yep. He's like, oh, that sounds great. And I was like, how can this even be possible? And when I left, I realized, hey, this dude had his entire day scheduled to be at the DMV. And he was in line like 2 spots before me, and he's out in 10, 15 minutes. So he just got his whole day back.
That's why he was happy. Like, even though he didn't get his license, he was like, correct. Okay, but I was only here 15 minutes. Like,
he was expecting.
It's really not that bad. Yeah.
The DMV and the government to ruin his day. And really, like, okay, I didn't get what I wanted, but do I want my license right now, or do I want my day back? And now that I know,
I'll take the day back.
And now I know if I get another appointment, I'm going to be right back in and right back out.
Yeah.
This was flawless. I got in the building, out of the building. I didn't know what happened. Mm-hmm. Like, I walk up there. Damn. I go through the rigmarole, do the eye test, bada bing, bada boom. And I'm like, okay, surely it's only been like 5 minutes since I got out of the line and talking to this lady. Surely I got to wait another hour for this thing to print out. There's got to be something going on.
Yeah.
A couple minutes later, Brett, I go, yeah, I'm like, no, even then, I'm so scarred from past experiences. I'm like, oh, man, what did I forget to fill out? What did I not do right? What's not official? How am I getting screwed here? Here's your license.
Damn.
Let's go COVID-19.
Let's go.
You fixed the DMV.
Appointments work.
Well, I had an appointment even when I was 16 and I was there forever because they don't know what the hell they're doing. But
but that's different because you have the driving test. But usually you just got to show up there.
I did not have to do a driving test when I was 16 because I took driver's ed.
That's some fucking Florida.
What are you talking about, dude? You never took driver's ed in high school?
Loophole. No, I took it, but then I had to go take a driver's test.
No, I got the exemption. Maybe you just suck at driving, Although I did get in trouble in driver's ed for trying to Tokyo drift too many times.
Tokyo drift a couple times.
They had the Crazy 8, and I'm like, I'm not going to not try to do that.
It's funny because we're the same age, and Tokyo Drift was a big movie then. Yeah. So we watched Tokyo Drift in my driver's ed class. And, like, at the time, I was like, it's a pretty good movie. But looking back, why would they ever show us that movie?
Tokyo Drift stinks, but
why would they show you that?
Yeah, you can't be a teenager, go watch any Fast and the Furious movie, then get behind a car and not think it's time to go. I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
In driver's ed, don't ever drive like this, please.
That's a bad idea. That is not smart. But I like
look at the time, I was like, this is great because most of the driver's ed was fucking boring. But this was
driver's ed was probably the best class I ever took, dude. All we did was go into the cars, and there was no teacher in the cars. It was 4 students. It got a little out of control, dude.
Wait, they let you drive in driver's ed without someone like an adult?
So we had a giant. They had a whole like section. Now they got portables over it, so who knows what's going on at that high school with how people drive.
Yeah,
they had a whole section. They had a track that you go around. There was a parallel parking section. There was they had a whole thing.
You can't
they had
do
a
too
whole
much
course.
Then, yeah.
Oh no, they had a straightaway, and it was funny because our Coach Candido, he was I don't know why they have a coach doing driver's ed, but he's out there, and he
put a little change.
He would watch you like when it was your turn to do a specific thing. But oh, dude, he handed out so many tickets on the straightaway because people were trying to drag race out there in these little Chevy. What were the Cavaliers? Little Chevy Cavaliers, little garbage cars.
This is like. Every once in a while, like, you explain, like, something that's, like, normal to, like, growing up in Florida, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
This is what we do, baby.
This is not what the rest of the country does. You're like, they just let us get in the car and drive around a track with no one in the car. That was driver's ed.
Well, there was 3 other students in the car, but,
which makes it worse. You, like, kill other kids,
No, I mean, come on. I mean, the passenger side had the emergency brake, and we had a lot of fun with that too, So, like, we would try to screw each other up on grades. Like, okay, you gotta go down here. You gotta do this Crazy 8. Then you gotta do the little T park, not a parallel park. We gotta do the T park and not hit any cones. And you You try to piss off your buddies, a little break check.
This is why I had to get out of Florida before, like, I went through the metamorphosis and became a Florida man. I had to get out of there, dude.
Dude, we survived, man. We put ourselves through the grind, and we come out the other side beautiful people. I mean, look at me.
Oh boy! All right.
So yeah, well, so that was my DMV experience.
I'm happy that it went well. Yeah.
Kudos to the government. Kudos to COVID. I mean, COVID's cured anyway now, so we ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, vaccines coming soon. Actually, now we're probably not gonna get it till April. Did you hear that? Yeah.
I heard Q3 of next year. I don't know. COVID's cured, guys. Pandemic's over. Whatever. We get it.
Yeah. The old people will get it soon, though. The oldies.
That just doesn't make any.
And the vulnerable.
This is going to sound awful, but we need some population control. I don't know if we need to be worried about all that right now. Boom, roasted. Got him. So before I get into my.
Can we side note?
Yes, side note.
Next week, they come to you and they said, "Do you want the vaccine? Are you taking it?" And hold on. They would probably never say this, but if you get the vaccine, no more. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to worry about any of that anymore. You can do whatever.
I don't hate masks because people don't recognize me, but I also don't love masks because they're masks and, it's Florida. But, yeah, I'll take
that. You sound like you get recognized everywhere you go.
In Volusia County, people know me, dude. People know it's not like everyone's walking up to me knowing who I am.
Fucking Brad Pitt over here.
No,
like, yeah, I love wearing the mask. I don't get recognized.
Brad Pitt and I are very comparable for a lot of things, but that's not what I meant at all. You go to Walmart, you're not going to see someone you recognize.
No, I get it. It's small town. Yeah, But
come on.
It's just funny. Yeah, it was just the way you said it. It was like, man, I was just getting recognized so much before COVID.
I get recognized all over the place. You got to understand, in Volusia County, where I used to work, everybody's worked there at least one time, so everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody, yeah.
And it's not.
I grew up in a small town.
No, well, it ain't a small town. There's thousands of people, but everyone works at just one place once in their life, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But yes, hey, look. Bottom line, you said it, not me. Brad Pitt and I, very comparable human beings.
Yeah.
And I'll take that. And I think that's a perfect way for the Bush League bros to get into their sports talk here. Brett Batchelder, a.k.a. Brad Pitt right here. Poliakis, the Pats fan over there. Mm-hmm. We're going to start. You already mentioned it. Dustin Johnson. DJ. He won the Masters. Mm-hmm. But not only did he win the Masters, he won it in record-breaking fashion. I watched him on Saturday just absolutely crush it. He ended at 20 under, breaking Tiger's 18 under record for the Masters, which I believe was in 1997.
Yeah.
Well done. Incredible. But what were your you want to talk a little Masters here? What do you got?
It was disappointing. Tiger kind of fell out of it, but
Tiger was not doing good after day one.
Did you see he shot did you see Tiger shot a 10 yesterday?
Well, he shot 3 straight into the water on one hole.
It's the most. I think it's the most he's ever scored on one hole. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, Dustin Johnson, happy for him, man. What's crazy about him, dude, is like he gets so overlooked compared to some of the other big players on the tour that have won a little more than him. But he's won more tournaments than anyone else since, like, I forget when it is, since 2011 or something, or since he's really been on the tour. And guys, he's an unbelievable golfer. His main thing, dude, is up until this point, he had a series of unfortunate events happen to him. He screwed up one major, on the 72nd hole. He had some other incident with I forget what it was. It was maybe even he grounded his club on one hole where he wasn't supposed. I don't know. He just had this series of bad luck that hasn't enabled him to get over the hump. If I believe it correctly, he was right there last year too. I want to say he finished in the grouping before Tiger last year, and if Tiger had messed up, it would have been him and DJ going to a playoff. So he can play Augusta well. So I guess this wasn't necessarily surprising, and he just kind of put it all together this week. And I love Dustin Johnson. We went over it. Super smoke show wife, dude. He's got his brother on the caddy bag. He's a cool dude. And one cool thing I heard about it is if you ever like listen to like his interviews, he's kind of just like a bro. He's like, yeah, man, just go out there, hit the
He
ball.
is a bro.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
like, I just line it up, I hit it, and then I go up and I put it in, and like, but I love, you know what I mean? Like, I love him. He's like, he's a little South Carolina boy. I was gonna say he sounds like a Florida boy, but he's a South Carolinian.
There's a big difference between South Carolinians or South Kakalakians and Floridians. Huge difference.
But anyways, I mean, consistently he's been like one of the best ball strikers on the tour. You know, like I think one part he hasn't always had dialed in was some of his putting, and he put that together this week.
He was on fire.
Yeah, and
He
it's
was
funny
unreal.
because when he put his brother on the bag, his brother's like the same thing, I guess, and like kind of the same as him. And everyone, when he did that back in like 2013, 2014, somewhere in that range, everyone was like, why? Like, that's like a stupid career decision. Like, because in golf, you're supposed to have a caddy that like knows golf pretty well, or apparently his brother didn't at that time. But some of the stories I saw coming out of yesterday was that like his brother has gotten to be like a really good caddy too. So it's just cool, man. Like, you know, someone that's like, for them, it's not all about like, you know, he makes a shit ton of money playing golf, but it's not all about like, you know, he's like, it's important for that he had his brother playing with him. And hey, I'm happy for Dustin Johnson, man. I hope that he can string this together. I'd like to see him be like the face of golf. I've kind of wanted that for a while. Ricky Fowler was my dude for a while, but he's just like he just can't fucking do it. Like, I don't know, he just can't win majors. Like, I don't know what the deal is. He's an incredible player, but just can't like get over the hump.
Wasn't this Johnson's second major win this year? Didn't he win the U.S. Open this year? Or does he have two total majors and the other one is the U.S. Open? And it wasn't this year.
Yeah, I think he's won the U.S. He definitely has won the U.S. Open before.
Okay.
But he blew a U.S. I think it was a U.S. Open or a PGA Championship one year too. This is the other thing. Like one year he had like the 54-hole lead, so right going into the final round, and then he shot like an 82 on the final round, like complete choke job. And then there's the incident with the socks. I don't know if you ever heard about that.
What happened with the socks? No.
I think it was another U.S. Open. I don't think it was the Masters. I don't know. It's a few years back, and it's golf, so it's testing my like knowledge of things.
You're already beating me.
This sport, but he was like super favored going in because he had been winning a lot. You know what I mean? He was the favorite to go into the tournament, and I don't think he played around. But like the day before, like he was like walking in like his house, and he had socks on. And the story is that he just like slipped down these like a whole flight of stairs in his socks. But I don't know, like who knows like what really was the case. And there's been a little positive cocaine test for Dustin Johnson. Hey man, I'm not judging. He likes to party, dude. You know, he's a party boy. What's wrong with that? Hey, but
I hear cocaine's
it's
great.
Good to see him back on top. I'm sure him and his brother celebrating. So
yeah, good for him. Good for Dustin Johnson. Good for DJ. I'm all for. I did not watch. I didn't get to watch a lot of sports on Sunday. Things just got a little out of control for a little while during the afternoon. But
yeah,
Saturday, I got an intense workout in, and I was exhausted. I did not want most of the good college games got canceled, so I had nothing to do until the Gator game at 7, which we're not really going to talk about it. But my Gators did win again. Kyle Trask for Heisman. Let's go.
Hey.
Rolling. But I was like, man, I'm tired. I can't watch anything too intense right now. I put the Masters on. That is probably the best sport to take a nap to because then you can wake up. It's still on.
It's the best, dude. Yeah.
The best players are just now getting there by the time your nap's done. So I got to watch all of Dustin Johnson. It was a phenomenal Saturday evening, or well, really late afternoon. Golf, you are high on my radar right now. Not only because the Masters was entertaining, but it's something that's easy to follow. It's relaxing. I'm pretty big on this. And if we can get more personalities like Dustin Johnson rocking the sweet beard, I'm all for it. For it.
Yeah. It was weird going up against NFL football. Like Sunday at the Masters going up against NFL football was just like –
yeah, because it never happened.
It's never happened before, yeah. So it was just straight – like same with the NBA. You know what I mean? Just like it's all been odd when, you know what I mean? Anything that goes up against football is not going to do
Ain't
as
gonna
great. I'm
win.
sure the
Yep.
ratings were down, but especially because Tiger wasn't in it. But I mean,
all right.
it was a good tournament. I'm
They got the
wondering,
Masters in.
do you think that DJ just played that well? I mean, or it was because some guys were going low on like certain. Do you think the course plays a little easier in the fall? I don't know if you.
Well, Tiger, again, I'm not
Tiger
a
didn't
huge
play
golf
great,
expert,
so yeah.
but Tiger said on Saturday he was expecting the course to be faster as Saturday and Sunday came through and more people played on it. But he said it was. He said it was kind of happening, but it wasn't quite happening.
Yeah.
So I kind of read into that maybe it was a little more difficult, or maybe they weren't getting the looks they thought they were going to be getting.
Yeah, like Dustin, where like he can hit, he can drive, and then like he can pin it. Like, and that was the thing, is like the greens, like shit wasn't rolling off the greens like it typically does there, like, or it wasn't. It was like hitting the greens and sticking there for especially the first 2 days, but like I saw a bunch of balls like getting plugged into the green, like just straight like sticking into the green.
Done.
So like that had to be, you know what I mean? It's not like that. The ground's got to be a little firmer in obviously in the spring than it is then. But I mean, still the place looked immaculate.
Oh, it looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know that I don't want to blame the course on him setting a record. He just every time I saw him on the screen, he was putting it right where it needed to go every single time.
Yeah. That's the Masters record. I wonder what the course record is there.
I don't know. Me whenever I show up, you know.
Me whenever I get to play there. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna do the ROM skip. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
First, you're gonna start off with the hole in one and then just move from there. Yeah.
You know, I've only played golf one time in my life, like real golf. Like, yeah, I want to get into golf. I look like someone who should be. No, I liked it. No, but I mean, who has that kind of money right now? You know, we got to get big so I can afford to go golf.
It's just like my experience with golf. Play 9 holes, dude. Play 9 holes.
So what we did was we were trying to do 18. I think we got through 14, and you know it just got too late.
14's like okay.
We stunk.
There's always a period where I'm playing golf where I'm like, because I'm not good at golf, and even like I feel like even if I was, there's like a period where I'm like, man, I'm fucking kind of sick and tired of being out here. Like,
well, what you got to do?
5 hours.
Yeah, that's why the problem.
I got shit to do.
No, you do it on a day. You don't got shit to do.
You have a few drinkies.
You gotta drink.
Yeah, then your game goes downhill, dude, and then it's just a
disaster. Hang on. So we there was this one guy that was, you know, he dressed like he was good, and he was okay, but it was more appearance than actual, you know, play.
You gotta make sure you at least look like you can play golf. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go out there. That's the whole thing. I want to look like a scrub, and then go out there and just start murking people. Yeah. But I said all day, I'm like, guys, the first 9, I'm just gonna kind of be, you know, I'm gonna be what I'm gonna be. Yeah. I go, but once we get to the back 9, you gotta watch out. And I was talking trash all day, and I was horrible on the front 9, as I should have been, because I had never really golfed before. This is only like 2 years ago. We get to the 10th hole. I don't know what happened, but like I hit the sweetest drive, put it right in play. I birdied the hole, and nobody was birdieing all day. I birdied the hole, and the people are just like, that's like something that I do is I talk trash, and somehow I back it up when we play, whether it's something as stupid as pool or really playing basketball or like real sports. I'm like, all right, but I got you here at the end. And I normally do. And my buddies who have seen this play out 100 times, they're just like, are you kidding me? Is this really about to happen? Yeah. And in my mind, like outwardly, I'm like, told y'all. In my brain, I'm like, what the fuck just happened here? Yeah. And sure enough, we get to hole 11, and I go right back to stinking it up. But for that one hole, for that 10th hole, I was a magician. And I'll do that all over.
There's always the one hole when you're playing golf, the one shot where you're like, man, if I just did this more often, I could probably
I'd be making millions.
I could probably be on the PGA Tour. Yeah, exactly. But then
I
leave it at that. Because in the back of my mind, I know that's not really true.
Hey, you never know.
If I just played twice a week, I could probably be on the PGA Tour. Yeah.
I mean, Tony Romo does it, so why can't I? Come on.
Exactly.
But are you ready to talk a little? I know you're eager here, so let's get to some NFL talk.
Let's talk to it.
The platform is yours, all right? Your Patriots pulled off the win. Go for it.
The crappy weather last night, man. Bill Belichick, he
That was a
he's still
miserable game to
the
watch.
architect. He figured out, how to slow down Lamar, man. Even though Lamar really hasn't been playing that great all year.
Nope.
But man, it was just a good team win for my boys. I think we're back in it, dude. 4-5, dude. We run the table. 11-5 makes the playoffs all day, dude.
Oh God, you'll
It's
beat Houston
dude.
You'll beat Houston this week, but you're not gonna run the table. Get out of town.
Man, you look at our schedule the rest of the way out. We got to play the Bills and the Dolphins again.
Yep.
And if we take both those games, dude, they're still a shot of the division.
Have you played the Chiefs yet? You gotta have the Chiefs on your schedule, right?
Yeah, we played the Chiefs earlier. Yeah. They
you already played.
We almost beat them, though. Yeah. Without Cam. Even though
almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. All right.
So, I mean, there's still a world where running the table, it sounds a little optimistic, but I mean, 10-6 is going to make the playoffs in the AFC unless
probably.
I don't know. There's a scenario where, I mean, if the Patriots really do catch fire, because they do play some crappy teams on the stretch, say they finish at 10-6, there's a scenario where like the Dolphins, Bills and them are all 10-6 at the end of the it could be could get a little crazy, right? And it will come down to obviously who split the games and stuff, or whatever it would be to see who won the AFC East. But no, man, I'm super happy to at least see them like competing again. It was just miserable to think that like we were on our way to being like a basement dweller team. I didn't really think that would happen, but you also got to remember, I mean, Cam got COVID. So many guys are not playing for this team this year. It's like,
are you about to tell me that Cam played good last night?
No, he didn't.
Okay. Your run game was phenomenal. I will say that. Yeah. Run game
so the
out
other
of control.
Thing I want to bring up, if we can flash back to like probably episode 1.
Are you gonna brag about this for the 4th time on this podcast?
Damian Harris, dude, my sleeper pick of the year for fantasy football. What's all of a sudden, dude? Was he the best running back in the NFL? I don't know. No, but you got to admit, I told you, he's
no more morning podcasts. You're out of your mind. Dude. He did play. He was great.
Yeah,
Burkhead played great.
Yeah,
it was a good. Can I ask you this? Belichick had to make a deal with the devil during this game because that weather could not have been any worse.
No, right?
Could not have been any worse. And just when the Ravens have a chance, they got a little under 2 minutes left. I think it was a little over 1 minute actually left. They got the ball. All they got to do is go down and score a touchdown. What happens? The weather gets worse than it's been all game. And that had to be one of the most miserable games to play in. I was telling my buddies yesterday I was hanging out with. Wet socks for days. I'm not interested in that. I would quit football right then and there.
Yeah, you'd rather play in the snow than that. Yeah, for sure.
Wet socks is one of the worst things that can happen in the world.
Like wet and cold. Like that's like that's the worst.
Yeah, yeah. It was
when it rains disgusting. Like that and it's cold. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And again, your team won. They get the props, and the run game I thought was absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, man. I mean,
how?
No, go ahead.
How can the Ravens, going to my team's side of this?
Yeah. I forgot even more, dude. Like we beat your team.
Yeah. Is Lamar Jackson incapable, or is Harbaugh just not understanding on how to make adjustments that you can take a direct snap under center?
Yeah, but
how many? No, yeah, buts.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You're a professional quarterback, and you had 4 or 5. That's not an exaggeration. 4 or 5 plays where either Lamar had to make a miraculous catch of the snap, or they lost 15 yards. I mean, one of their drives was totally not one, but several of their drives totally ruined by a horrible snap. And I'm not going to bash the center. His hands were in the freezing cold rainwater. Mm-hmm. You could see it shaking as he was about to hike the football, and that ball was slick as hell. I get it. So what do? You go under center. That way, at least if you fumble it there, you're not losing 15 freaking. I was getting so frustrated. How can you not know how to take a snap under center? Or if you're the coach, how do you not allow that to happen? You just say, oh, we're going to do the same thing and keep getting the same results? Yeah. It was pathetic. It was absolutely
It's a good point. I don't know. I've never understood, like, the Jim Harbaugh, or not the Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh, like super hype. I mean, he won a Super Bowl.
He's a good
coach.
He's a good coach, but you got to make that adjustment.
I think, yeah, exactly. Like he he blows games at times or like doesn't make the right adjustments at times too. So I don't think he's anywhere like he's not on the Bill Belichick level, obviously. But no, man, I mean Lamar, dude, has obviously regressed a little bit, and
Lamar has not had a good season this year.
you could say like, like teams are figuring him out, but it's also, I mean, that's probably it. Like, and then when you can't really throw the ball that well, it becomes a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Cam Newton, kind of like people kind of figured him out at a certain point, and he doesn't throw the ball super
Cam
well.
could throw the football, but I think his
could.
shoulder has just been hurt so many times.
He
I don't
can't
know
throw
that
the ball like
yeah.
he used to. He like it looks painful sometimes when he like rears up to like put some heat on the ball and then throws it 5 feet into the dirt. That's always fun to watch, but like he does, dude. Looks like he's gonna throw the hardest pass. That's like gonna be like a laser, and then it's just fucking
then
5
it's like
yards into the ground.
Peyton Manning last season wobbler pass.
Yeah. So I don't know what the Patriots are doing. If I don't know. Here's the thing. Because this whole season really at this point comes down to, in terms of like, can the Patriots really win the Super Bowl? Probably not, right? But if Belichick takes this team that's had all this bullshit that's been going on with them, the COVID, all the guys that, left the team and all the guys that opted out for the season, right? If he can get this team to the playoffs after the way that they started, that's more impressive than what Brady's doing in Tampa.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the most inconsistent team in football right now. I mean,
exactly.
They played great yesterday, but
we knew they would.
It was against Carolina. What does that even really mean?
Yeah, but
I'd agree with that.
Would you say that that's more impressive if Belichick somehow scraps this team to the playoffs?
Yeah, the Buccaneers have all the talent in the world, and they're doing okay
in like the first round. Yeah.
I don't see them going very far right now. And hey, I got to give the Saints props. We haven't done anything to give the Saints props. They're balling right now, and Michael Thomas isn't even playing great. So I think Bucs, not only are they in a lot of trouble in their own division, they don't scare me in the NFC right now.
No,
at all.
It'll be interesting. I want to see who can pull that division out. Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be the Saints, man. The Saints have beat them twice now.
Yeah.
The last time in a rout. I know they beat San Francisco this weekend, and that is what it is. But I feel like 2-3 weeks into the season, everyone, including myself, Drew Brees is done. His arm's shot.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, Alvin Kamara is coming out like, hey, I am not hurt anymore. I'm not an every down back, but I can make some big plays.
Yeah. Like the Saints, though, wouldn't you admit, like every year, like they kind of like, I mean, they beat the Bucs the first week, but like they can kind of stumble a little bit.
I'm not saying they're winning the NFC.
No, but I'm saying they always like maybe it seems like at least in recent memory, like they can stumble out of the gate. I think 1 year recently they started 0-3 or 0-4, right? Like,
maybe. They
made the play. Like, you know what I mean? They always hit their stride somewhere like the beginning of the year, and then like they're often like favorites going to the playoffs, and then they like lose first round. That's like kind of or second.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're going to go super far, but the Bucs are in a lot of trouble as far as winning that division right now, in my opinion.
We'll see that.
We'll see.
Any other football talk you want from yesterday?
Well, I got to do it, okay? I really have to enjoy it. So the Cowboys could not lose, but they could win this weekend. And how they could win was the Washington football team losing to the Lions, which happened at the end of the game. Phenomenal. Good stuff. And then we needed the Giants to beat the Eagles. And really, I don't care. I don't want to win this division this year. None of these teams deserve to be in the playoffs. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah.
But I will always love watching the Philadelphia Eagles lose. They lose, 27-17 to the New York Giants. Not a good football team at all. It's just, I don't need to dive into the game because I really don't care about the game. It's just a beautiful feeling as a Cowboy fan to wake up. And, there's Eagles fans out there bragging about how the Cowboys are in the basement and they're leading the division, when really they're leading the division at 3-6-1, and they absolutely stink. Mm-hmm. And to watch them lose to such a bad team just feels so good.
I
Feels
bet.
so
Yeah.
good.
That was your one. Yeah, your
That
one
was
from
my
this
Super
weekend,
Bowl
man.
this
Yeah.
week, you know? That was just excellent. I had a couple of wins this weekend. All right,
Yeah.
I picked the Dolphins game correctly. I didn't go terrible, but the Colts
No.
did me no favors, neither did the Seahawks, but
Yeah.
whatever.
That whole division is so garbage.
Trash.
Dude.
Just cancel us.
So garbage, man.
Just cancel us.
It's a joke that one of them is going to be in the playoffs.
It's not even right. And I don't care who it
It's
is.
just,
It's
yeah,
not
it's
going to be
awful.
us. It's not going to. We're going for a top 5 draft pick right now. All right.
Yeah, you have to.
We're going to draft some defense. And it's going to be glorious, glorious.
Glorious.
And we're going to fire.
You don't want to tank for Trevor, dude?
No, I'm all in on Dak Prescott. The Jets can have Trevor Lawrence. Man. I am all in.
I feel like Trevor Lawrence would be like the All-American Dallas Cowboys quarterback if you guys got him. You would change your mind. You would change your mind if you end up with the number 1 pick.
Nope. I want Dak.
You want Dak?
He's
never the same player, dude. It happens all the time in football. Yeah.
Dak Prescott is coming back better than ever. All right.
Yeah.
He's the man. Everybody loves Dak. Great human being. Someone you want to root for.
I mean, he was playing amazing before he got hurt.
Uneducated human beings. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the person, Dak Prescott. Who doesn't love Dak Prescott, the person? What a great story. What a great guy. Player, okay, fine. If you want to be a Cowboys fan and act like you're smarter than everybody else and say Dak stinks, you're an idiot. You're a clown.
Yeah.
Those people can go right to hell. That's where they belong. But I'm all in on Dak Prescott. Dak's the man. Great leader. Great player. Great dude. Right to hell. All right. Trevor Lawrence could be a great player, a great leader. We don't know yet. The Jets aren't winning a football game this season, no matter how hard they try. They're going to get Trevor Lawrence, so we don't need to worry about this. And they're sure not going to win even if they win 1 game. The Jets aren't winning 2 games. That doesn't even make any sense to me, which is what they would have to do to get to our record, because I don't think we're going to win another game this year.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want Justin Fields. I don't want the other kid.
Justin Fields? He's a stud too, man.
He is, but we got Dak, all right? We need defense. I don't need to do a damn thing on offense. We just need some defense. Defense.
You do need a defense.
That's all we need.
That is a fact, yeah.
That's all we need. But it's not about us. It's about the Eagles losing. That was a beautiful thing. The only other big thing that, as far as takeaways that I had this week was DeAndre Hopkins' catch was out of its mind. Out of its mind. Too.
That was like reminiscent.
That was an Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary.
Yeah, like it happened in that same field, like I think in that same end zone.
It could, yeah. It might have.
It was that Cardinals game. Remember he had that? Yeah, it was that same field. And I mean, just unbelievable. And of course it would be Hopkins to come down with that, dude. How stupid do you feel if you are the Texans and you let Bill O'Brien trade that dude away, and now you've fired him, and your team is just in shambles? They did cover for me. They did cover for my pick. You like that? Nick Chubb saving my pick there. I was probably the only person happy that he did that in America. Well, there's probably other people very happy he did that, honestly. But no, the catch was I mean, that was the top 10 Hail Mary catch I've ever seen.
It's phenomenal.
That's
phenomenal.
Just unbelievable. And it's no surprise. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think many other dudes come down with that ball. Like, it's Hopkins is just. You ever seen his hands when
he's got Kawhi hands.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. They're ridiculous, and that's why he never drops anything, dude. He just his hands are probably twice the size of mine, to be honest. Yeah. Dude's a freak.
He's a freak, yeah. Sure is.
But Cardinals, man.
Okay.
Cardinals are for
Cardinals
reals.
eats one out. The Cardinals are not for real. I'm sorry. Hopkins is for
MVP, man.
If Kyler Murray wins the NFL MVP, the whole season is fixed, and they've turned it into the NBA where they pick their MVP before it even starts.
Yeah.
And the refs give them calls, no, nobody's listening to you. Okay, that would just be bad for America. We don't need that happening.
But I mean, you can't admit that the Cardinals are for real.
No,
what?
I don't think they are.
Well, you've been saying so. Then the Bills are frauds. Yeah.
The Bills have not had a good couple of weeks.
Yeah. No, they beat the Seahawks last week.
Yeah, and the Seahawks are not having a good couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Teams that defense is struggling, and Russell Wilson did not play great this week.
I know. Yeah.
DK Metcalf lost me my fantasy matchup.
Yeah, I think they'll get back on track though. I don't expect
they might
that to be something I don't think we're gonna see them crumble. But yeah, man. DeAndre Hopkins, man, you gotta be
DeAndre Hopkins
you
for
got
a love D-Hop.
like as much as like it hurts to see Tom Brady doing well in Tampa. Like I love him so much, so it's like it's okay, right? And he won us 6 Super Bowls, so I can deal with it. But if I was a Texans fan and I'm watching
Be
DeAndre Hopkins
furious.
do this
Be
yesterday
furious.
and just balling out with this
Unacceptable.
new team, like
That's what you get.
yeah, exactly.
That's what you get.
And I think that's what, dude. That's part of why that whole locker room fell apart. Is like that whole locker room was like, why the fuck did you do that? Why did
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
trade
trade our best player away
for David Johnson?
for David Johnson, who hasn't been relevant in 3 years, and I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. You want to do these picks here real quick before we get into some NBA talk, because the trades are opening up today. We got to talk about that. So we got Monday Night Football tonight. Vikings at Bears.
Yes.
Vikings are -3 favorites. Who do you got?
It's a tough one, man. I'm gonna roll with the Bears, though. I'm gonna roll with
really
the points. Yeah,
that's a surprise pick. I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah.
I think Dalvin Cook is cooking.
Yeah.
Nick Foles has been awful. I think this is one the Vikings need to win. I think this is one the Bears need to lose. So I'll take the Vikings. You take the Bears.
Up there in Chicago, a little cold weather.
Devin Singletary's out, and I think Dalvin Cook will be able to run through that defense.
You're probably right. Yeah, but I'm gonna roll with the Bears because I had a feeling you were the Vikings. And then
Thursday night football. This is the best Thursday night football I think I've seen all year.
Probably
Cardinals and Seahawks.
Yep.
Well, let's go.
Obviously, that first matchup was unbelievable, so I assume this one.
Yeah, it was a great game. Too. Seahawks are -5 favorites. Are we? I
think that line's too high, man.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I do too. I think this is gonna be a closer game.
But it is at Seattle, so it's a little tougher. You know, the 12th man is going to be going crazy up there. Just kidding.
Yep. All pumped fake crowd noises.
All 12 of them. Yeah. Anyways, I just have to, dude. I have to, because I've been rolling with them. I picked them last time in this game. I'm going with my Cardinals, dude. This is the last. Are you taking them to cover or to win? No, I'm taking them to cover. Yeah, I'm taking them to cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they're going to cover too, but I'm taking Seattle to win. So.
Okay. I mean, it's basically what I said last time, but
you picked a team. I don't want to hear it. You picked a team. You've done good. I've tried to trap you a few times now have some balls to actually make a pick. But I mean, you are rolling with this new cheap, shitty way of picking. But it's working for you. That's fine.
I basically said that the Patriots would win money line, and they did.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a lot cooler if you actually picked the upset and picked them to win, and then they did win. But you are what you are, and I'm not here to change you. So
I'm
doing America.
I'm definitely. You got to tally everything up because I've definitely caught.
You're winning. You've passed me. No, you are definitely past me. I've had a rough couple weeks.
I mean.
Because you don't pick actual games. You just play the lines. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We're not doing this again. We're not doing. What does Vegas do? That's not what we're doing here. NBA.
They call me Polly Picks for a reason.
No one has ever called you Polly Picks at all, unless it's your finger right up your nose. No one's calling you Polly Picks. That's awful.
Can I give you an embarrassing side note? You might know this reference. So do you remember the childhood toy Polly Pockets? Do you remember what those were?
I do remember Polly Pockets.
So when I was 5 to 9 years old, that was like when Polly Pockets were big, and I would get roasted. I would just people would call me.
Oh, they call you Polly Pockets?
Yeah, man, and it was a reference to a girl's play toy, dude.
That is brutal. That's tough.
Emasculating, dude. It was tough, dude. Kindergarten through 3rd grade. It was a rough time, man. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I made it through.
You're alive. It made you a better man. But I'm not calling you Polly Picks. That's not happening.
Bullied. You gotta get bullied a little bit.
Bullying is good for you.
Yeah.
As long as you as long as your parents allow you to fight back,
And honestly, it makes you I'd like to consider myself a decently funny guy, right? It makes you have to be funny if you get bullied.
Sure.
Like if you can't like dish it back or like deflect it with a
Yeah.
joke, it's gonna be rough. You better learn, or you better learn to fight. Yeah, one of the two,
Or both.
or both, I guess. Yeah,
You just pull a Khabib. You just trash talk him the whole time while you're pounding him into the ground. It's phenomenal. Absolutely
in the middle of
phenomenal.
kindergarten. Yeah. All right.
You never got in a fight in kindergarten?
No, I'm sure I did. Yeah, actually, trying to remember. I got like I don't know. I got like bit by a kid one time in kindergarten. I
I
remember.
bit a kid in kindergarten one
Yeah,
time.
it's probably you. Yeah.
No, you were not raised on the mean streets of Florida. All right. All right. You ready
Anyways,
to talk some NBA?
let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So this week we've got the NBA draft coming up, but it's almost 12:30 now. So 30 minutes ago, you can start making trades Monday, 12 o'clock. We're past that point. There's one that I haven't checked to
get
see
a
if
quick update
Woj.
and see. Yeah.
You check it out. I'll tell him. I don't know if Woj has made it official yet, but it looked like going into this weekend, a deal was in place between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are set to acquire, if this trade goes through, Dennis Schroeder, point guard, for the 28th pick, and Danny Green. And basically what this means is Rondo, he did not pick up his player option. He's probably not coming back. He's looking for a $9 million deal, and we'll talk about him here in a little bit. But Schroeder to LA. I don't really like this move a whole lot, but do you have any thoughts on it? And I'll check.
I mean, Danny Green. Yeah, I don't see anything that's like big that's come through yet. Schroeder to LA. I mean, Schroeder's a solid player, dude. I don't hate this for LA. It's a good replacement for Danny Green. It's kind of somewhat what they need. But especially this is kind of if we're gonna talk about this next. This is kind of like we know Rondo's leaving kind of move.
Yeah. Rondo's out.
Yeah,
Rondo's
exactly.
out.
So,
but who would you rather have, Schroeder or Rondo? I'd rather have Rondo all day. No, I don't think Schroeder. He gives you a little scoring, but he's not.
At this point,
I think that's a downgrade for the Lakers. I think it's a downgrade for the Lakers in their fit, personally, because what I really like
in the 28th pick though.
Oh, they didn't give up anything. I mean, that means they can still have Kuzma to trade,
because Rondo's out the door. Then,
I'm talking about how does this team fit. What I think worked for the Lakers in the bubble this past season was when LeBron was out, they could have Rondo out there when he was healthy, and he could be the field general, and everyone could still keep their same roles. Schroeder's not going to do that for you. Schroeder's a scorer. He's not really much of a facilitator.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sure they'll make it work.
You can make the argument like Rondo is really only like Rondo in the playoffs, which is really the
that's when they needed him.
Is the only part, right? Like, but like he's gonna like not play like half the games or like like fake an injury, and I don't know. Yeah, he's a little temperamental. He always has been.
Rondo's got a little bit of an attitude, but I like that.
We never talked about this. Did you see the picture after they won the title of him on the court and his son? It must have been his son was sitting with him on the court, drinking a bottle of champagne. His son is like
I did see that.
6 years old.
I did see that.
Yeah, like it was one of my favorite photos of all time. I was like, that's
Rondo being Rondo. Are you? So Rondo, that's kind of more what I wanted to talk about because Schroeder not really. It happened. It's the Lakers. We got to talk about it, and it looks like it's pretty much official.
Be finalized here. Yeah.
Yeah. Rondo being out. You guys could be set to trade Gordon Hayward and Kemba Walker. Probably not in the same deal. That's too much. That's two big contracts.
I don't foresee that, but yeah.
Do you think Rondo would be a good fit with your young nucleus as a distributor and a veteran presence to where he doesn't need the ball as much as a Tatum or a Brown, and he can still play defense? Do you think that's a good fit for you guys?
Dude, I've told you this. I think if we had a guy like Rondo playing out there instead of Kemba for stretches of the playoffs, we would have made the NBA Finals. And I think that they need a guy like him. He wouldn't be the starting point guard, obviously, or I don't think you'd want him to be the starting point guard. But
he was the starter for the Lakers.
Yeah, but I don't really know that like that Celtics team can win with him as their starting point guard. Maybe they can, right? But I do think. Like, I mean, how many times did I say the name, was it Craig Wanamaker? Danny Wanamaker. Yeah, fucking. He
I
was like
hate Wanamaker. I
Wanamaker.
cannot.
Like
Worst player in the playoffs.
he like every time he
Pissed me
came
off
off
every
every time
time.
he came off the bench and played, like I was just like I want to pull my eyes out.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
anyone but him coming off the bench, Rondo included, that'd be great. I mean, you said he wants $9 million per year. It's a little
That's what he's
steep. I
looking
don't know
for.
if he's going to get that from the Celtics.
Is it in the NBA?
No, it probably isn't. But I
Evan
think
Fournier's making $17 million, and he stinks.
Yeah, I mean, maybe on like a 1-year deal. Yeah, like they could make it happen. I mean, if they unload some of these contracts with Kemba and Hayward, I'm sure there'll be room to do it. But yeah, we'll see how that works. But
pretty excited.
I'll
about
take Rondo
this
back.
offseason.
I still have a Rondo Celtics jersey, so it would actually be quite convenient. Hopefully, he wears number 9 again.
Rondo is great on the Celtics.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed him on the Celtics. Shame that he had to go to LA and do that to his career. Yeah, it's quite a shame. But I feel like he could come back to Boston. They'd welcome him.
Yeah, of course.
The big news,
yes,
is all about James Harden. We've already talked about Russell Westbrook wants out. Now he says, hey, I never said I didn't want to play with James Harden. We'll see. I don't see Russell Westbrook. If someone can find a way to take his contract, I don't see him on the Rockets this season.
Yeah.
But now, here we go again, just like I talked about how Kawhi was recruiting Chris Paul, who's already on a team to come play with the Clippers. Mm-hmm. It looks like KD and Kyrie are trying to get James Harden on to the Brooklyn Nets with them. And it could happen. It looked like they were getting rid of Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah. Like, they're pretty much giving up the farm, except KD and Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan. I guess if you want to count him as a relevant player in 2020, 2021, you can. Do you like this? Not just like, oh, God, here comes another super team. Do you think that's a good fit?
It's a super team, but it's so hard for me to picture how it works.
Because all three of them need the ball.
Yeah. You could argue KD could maybe make it work because, you know,
he did it in Golden State.
Yeah, he deferred a little bit there, right? But I don't see how like James Harden and Kyrie can coexist on the same court. Like
they're both strong ISO players. You're gonna have two ISO players out there, and then KD just standing around.
Yeah, I don't get how that works. Maybe it does. Maybe if you just have that much talent, it can supersede, right? We've somewhat seen it before, right? Like, but
even like so when like Miami, that was the big. I mean, you could say the Boston Celtics were the first super team if you want to put it that way. But when Miami, when Bosh, Wade, and LeBron all came together, we questioned the fit, but Bosh was willing to take a little bit of a backseat. Yeah. And then so was Wade after a while, and then we saw it work.
Who's taking the backseat here? No one's taking the backseat.
No, none of these three guys are going to want to take a backseat.
No.
You can talk about KD going to Golden State. Yeah. KD went to Golden State, and he wanted the ball. He got the ball.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch.
The thing is,
implode, but
the only thing that would make sense is if Kyrie were to defer to the two of them as scorers, right? Like
Kyrie can play off the ball.
No, yeah. Sure. Well, I'm saying, but more like he became like a distributor.
Oh, he goes more Chris Paul.
But
I don't see.
I've never seen anything from Kyrie that makes me think that he's going to be willing to do that. Exactly. He's gonna like when he like does like 4 crossovers and takes like
23 seconds to 24. Yeah,
it's 29-foot step back, and like they're all standing there, and then next time down, James Harden does the same thing.
Correct. And then Durant does the same thing. He's like, oh, I'm going to shoot it from
I feel like Durant would get pissed. I feel like Durant would not be happy after a while.
I don't see these personalities working. I don't think Kyrie and Kevin are going to work out. I just don't.
Nah.
Those are two weird dudes.
They're like friends, though. So, like, who knows? You know what I mean?
They are all friends until the balls get taken away and their egos get involved.
Right.
I mean, Harden and Russell Westbrook are real tight.
Yeah. No, yeah. You're right. So we'll see. Yeah. Well, I don't think that that's going to happen. I'd be shocked if that happens. I think it's more likely he ends up in Philly, if anywhere. But I think what's pretty clear is Houston's blowing it up. So
they need to. It's time.
I wouldn't be surprised if Harden and
get Westbrook and Harden out there, get those contracts off the book, get as many assets as you can.
I mean, they might as well do the Oklahoma City thing, where Oklahoma City, I mean, still like was in the playoffs last year. Like, you know,
No,
like
I think they need to do the Boston Celtics thing. Trade your ass, trade KG, trade Paul Pierce,
and get all the
just
picks.
ravage someone of their picks like they did to the Nets. And now look where they are. They still have good trade assets and they have great players on their team. So
Yeah. You could argue that hasn't worked out as well as it should have at this point. But
most teams absolutely tank when they lose their stars. Look at the Lakers
we
before they
tanked
got
for 1
LeBron.
year.
Look at the
We tanked
Magic.
for 1 year. You're right.
Yeah, you weren't even really tanking. You were just kind of like
just a bad team. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I think it'll work out. I think they can work it out fine, but we'll see. Either way, I'm pretty revved up for the NBA offseason. I know it's going to be a quick one, and a lot of stuff's going to happen this week, and I'm pretty excited to talk about it when it goes down later this week. It's going to be pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's nice to talk a little basketball. It feels good.
It does, yeah.
Feels good. So do you have anything else sports-wise that you want to communicate to the people before we go into a little Barside conversations here?
Keep an eye out for these Patriots, man. You never know.
Here we go. And you'll beat the Texans next week. We'll talk about picks. Next episode, we'll have our picks. We'll discuss what happened in NBA free agency. We'll see what else happened. We'll talk about it. But it's time for one of my favorite segments, another little episode of Barside Conversations. This is where the Bush League bros, myself and Paul, we just have conversations like we're at the bar doing a little debates, saying what are we going to do here or there. It's just a little fun. It's a little fun. And this one, it's all about a great transgression against the holiday of Thanksgiving. And I don't know if Paul's on the same page with me on this issue or not. But here's the thing. Ever since Halloween, people have been jumping to, hey, we got to put the tree up. It's Christmas time. Totally ignoring, in my opinion, the premier holiday of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I want to know, this is how we're going to start out. Do you believe, Paul, that it's okay to put up a Christmas tree right before Halloween or right after Halloween and before Thanksgiving?
No.
Okay. When do you think is the acceptable time to begin putting the tree up?
Acceptable, I would call like the week of Thanksgiving. Like if you have a tree at your house on Thanksgiving, that's okay. Like I'll give you that. Like during Thanksgiving.
That's generous.
That is generous. Like, but I'm saying that's acceptable. Okay. That's not what I would do, right? I don't think you should set up a tree until after December 1st.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
But
you'll allow, because you're a forgiving person.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll allow it if I go somewhere and they have a tree up for Thanksgiving. It's acceptable. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, I don't feel in the Christmas spirit until it's December. Like, what are we talking about here? Yeah.
Yeah, and you're actually in a place where it snows, and you've already had snow inexplicably, and you're still not feeling
no.
Kringle, kringle, jingle, jingle over there. Okay, good. Yeah, so for me, I will accept Black Friday as when you can put your tree up. I'm with you, though. I think it is a December holiday. It belongs in December. I think Thanksgiving needs the cushion it deserves. You don't need a week-long celebration for Thanksgiving, but the day itself is a glorious day.
Absolutely.
And we don't need to be skipping it right after Halloween.
Yeah. No, you're right. And
you still got pumpkins out.
It gets overlooked. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to know, people are so willing to skip over this glorious holiday. Thanksgiving's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any holidays better than Thanksgiving? Do you have any that you prefer to Thanksgiving?
I mean, the 4th of July is pretty lit. I like
4th of July is a banger, sure.
Memorial Day up here is pretty dope because
what the hell do y'all do there?
Well, no, like Memorial Day, it's a holiday in Florida too, but Memorial Day up here is like signifying like summer has started. So like it's almost just as big as 4th of July. So like Memorial Day weekend is like a big thing in the Northeast because the weather is usually just turning and getting nice, and people have like their first like
because you guys actually have seasons up there.
Exactly. So, it's like the start of summer officially up here. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, we've been in summer since December, so it doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a big Easter guy too, man. So I'm Greek, right? So we do Greek Easter too, which is
what the hell is a Greek Easter?
It's usually it's similar to regular Easter, but you don't usually eat you eat like lamb or something, or like what do people?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's
Lamb is
like, I mean,
delicious.
it's just regular Easter, but the food is better. It's kind of, you know what I mean. It's a little different. There's some different traditions, but it's usually not. It's not the same day as Easter. I feel like I want to say it has been before. It's weird. I never know when Easter exactly is supposed to be, right?
Yeah, I miss it every year. It's one of my least favorites.
Or Greek Easter, but like sometimes it's like 2 weeks apart. Sometimes it's like a week apart. I don't know. It's all weird, but great holiday. I love Greek Easter.
Greek
And
Easter.
yeah, and
What
Easter.
is it the same thing for Easter, or is there something different? Because other than the food, is there a difference between Greek Easter and?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I would not be able to inform
Even though
you
you're
fully of what
Greek,
that
you don't
would
know your
be.
own culture.
Yeah, I guess.
But you show
not.
up and get food.
I definitely do.
I like it. So you're winning the deal. You don't have to know
Exactly.
anything, and then you get the food.
Exactly. So
You're
win-win,
all
win-win
right. All right.
situation.
You're coming up all W's on this episode.
Yeah,
Well done.
exactly.
I like that. I like that. What is the most? I want to know. We'll do it this way. There's overrated holidays. There's underrated holidays. We'll just boil it down to this: if you could get rid of 2 holidays and replace them with 2 different maybe they're not holidays, or there's something that you could create a holiday out of.
Yeah.
What 2 holidays are you getting rid of, and what are you adding in there?
Oh, it's a tough one.
Do you
I
want me
would
to start?
say no. I got mine.
Okay. All right.
I would say at this point in my life, dude, I think I can get rid of New Year's Eve, or like New Year's Day, especially, like, or like that whole.
Are you even do you even stay up for New Year's anymore?
That's what I mean. Like I don't know. I'm not one to, like, I don't need to go out and party on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've done that. It's
a young man's game.
It's a young man's game. I'm getting too old for that. I'm not trying to be super hungover on New Year's Day. And I'm just not trying to have it. I'm not usually trying to even go out that night, like, just because.
I don't remember the last time I went out on New Year's. So
exactly.
Good call. Okay.
So I can give up New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And then what other holiday would I give up, man? I don't really give up a lot of holidays, to be honest.
Well, you're gonna replace them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to, like, give up. Like, I feel like I'm, like, gonna be disrespectful to something if I give up a different holiday. Like, I don't know.
I mean, you might be, but that's the whole point. Be a little edgy.
I guess
pal.
I would give up. Halloween's a holiday, right? I'll pass on Halloween.
But you're a big Halloween guy. You got on me for not being big on trick or treating, and now you're gonna give up Halloween?
As an adult, yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
It's because you don't like candy corn. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. What are you gonna add? What are you gonna add?
I'm gonna add the day after the Super Bowl.
Candies. That was one of mine. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then the first 2 days of March Madness should be a holiday as well. Or
March Madness.
Yeah.
The first 2 days, not the last 2 days.
No, the first 2 days. You know, like the first 2 days where there's, like,
it was everybody
32 games on.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, dude. Like, and I mean, usually, like, if you're working, it's usually on a Thursday, Friday, and you're working, but you're not working anyway because you're just watching all the games and checking your pools, and you know what I mean? Like, you might as well just have that holiday, at those 2 days, as a holiday where you can just sit home and watch the games anyway.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
those would be the 2 I would add. Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, we can get rid of Flag Day too. I don't know if that's.
Is that really a holiday? People celebrate Flag Day.
That's what I mean. Everything's a holiday nowadays, so I don't even.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I consider a holiday where, like, you either you don't have to go to work and you get paid. That's what a holiday is as an adult. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, here we go. I wanted to be really controversial and just say I'm canceling Christmas and I'm canceling Easter. I'm not going to cancel Christmas. I know why people like it. I'm not a huge fan, but maybe I'll be a huge fan again if I ever, ruin this world by having offspring. Maybe I'll enjoy Christmas for them.
Yeah, maybe you'll bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll like it then. But for me right now, Christmas is kind of, I think it's an absolutely overrated holiday as an adult. Not a big fan.
Yeah.
But I'm getting rid of Easter. I am getting rid of Easter. Not an Easter guy, and I know, like, my preacher dad probably rolling over in his grave, even though he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a big fan of that pick. Easter just doesn't. What does Easter do for me? One, it's one of the big holidays that doesn't have any sports on.
Yeah.
There's no good, and you could say Halloween is a big holiday that doesn't have any sports on either, but or has a dedicated sport. But there's plenty of good Halloween movies. Is there a good Easter movie? What is the Easter spirit? Oh, hey, Jesus died. Here's some eggs and a freaking rabbit. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Passion of the Christ, dude. That's a great Easter movie.
It's not a bad. Who wants to watch that movie more than once in their entire life? I don't even think I've seen that movie in its entirety, to be honest with you, because that's.
I've seen like
it's a brutal watch.
Oof.
I don't need. I've read it. I don't need to watch this, and I don't like medical anyway. No, I'm out on that. Don't need to watch it. I'm sure some people do watch it every Easter, and good for you.
I just thought of a good one that should be a holiday, dude.
Okay, well, hang on.
Yeah.
I'll let you come back in there. And there's no problem there. So I'm getting rid of Easter. Not a fan. Does absolutely nothing for me. The other one was going to be New Year's because I just don't want to stay up either. It's, again, like you said, been there, done that. Mm-hmm. I'm tired. I like, I have a bedtime. I like to go to bed. I like my sleep. And I don't like that sleep interrupted. And you do always get, because you're drinking the champagne. And for me, champagne is one of those ones that if I'm going to get a hangover, it's probably because of champagne. Champagne, tequila, those are my two where I'm getting a hangover the next day, no matter what, no matter how much I drink of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't want, because I do enjoy having New Year's Day off. Yeah. But if I'm hungover the entire day, what's the point? Why not go to bed, get some nice sleep, wake up, and then just chill, do whatever you want to do. So I am out on New Year's Eve, out on Easter. I'm taking them away, okay?
Yeah. The only time where New Year's Day is great is on, like, the years where it falls on, like, and this is same for, like, Christmas, where, like, it falls on, like, a Thursday or a Friday. And then, like, New Year's Day is like a Friday. And then it just
you get the extra weekend. Yeah, absolutely. Those
might be
the
only way I would still party for New Year's. Yeah.
Even then, I think I'm gonna be greedy and just have a nice
long weekend.
Long weekend. But I mean, to each their own. So my other one, I should have known you were gonna pick Super Bowl weekend. How that's not a holiday by now doesn't make any sense to me. It's America's sports. Everybody watches it, whether you're a stooge and watch it for the commercials or you're just a good human being and watch it because it's what you're supposed to watch. Yeah. That one, nobody needs to be going to work on that Monday. This doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even, because that is a day where you're not going to bed until at least 2:00 in the morning because the game goes so late because you have to do all this pageantry and all this bullshit I could do without. But I don't care because it's
not necessarily true. The game is typically over by
the last couple years. It has gotten done earlier than a lot, but historically
it would go late. Yeah,
it's been going real late. Now I think maybe producers are getting older and they want to go to bed too. Yeah, if your team wins,
it's like,
or you won a pile of money,
you're
not going to sleep. You're excited, and who wants to go? Yeah. All you're doing at work that next day is talking about the Super Bowl anyway. You're not getting anything done.
No work is being done the next day. Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So my other one, we have all these holidays to commemorate human beings. You got your President's Day, you got your Columbus Day, which I'm pretty sure has been canceled due to woke nation. I'm pretty sure maybe it's still a thing. You got Martin Luther King Day. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. That's a good day. But you got all these days that celebrate people, but we are not celebrating the life of Steve Irwin. I think it could either be his birthday or the day that he passes. I think that should be recognized as an international holiday where we all get the day off. We all learn a little bit about animal conservation.
Yeah.
They might have a Steve Irwin Day. I'm sure they do, but it's not. Oh, I'm sure they do.
I bet you it is a national holiday there.
But I want it recognized all around. I want us off. Worldwide, I want us watching Crocodile Hunter. I want us watching stuff on animal conservation because we love the animals. I think that'd just be a tremendous day. Who doesn't want to sit around all day and watch crocodile videos instead of go to work?
I'd take it all day. Yeah,
right?
You have to watch some old Steve Irwin highlights and hang with your family and maybe go do something for nature. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're healing it. Yeah. I think this is a money idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trump, you got what? 2 months left.
So they
pal?
have Earth
Let's
Day,
make it
right?
happen.
If they just replace Earth Day
Ooh,
with Steve
replace
Irwin
Earth Day with Steve Irwin Day.
yeah,
Yeah,
things
because
would
no one
actually
cares.
get done. Yeah,
People are like, I don't like the Earth, but everyone likes Steve Irwin.
exactly.
I think this is a winning idea.
It's perfect. Yeah,
I think we got something going there. I think we're cooking there. What is the one that you had a epiphany about here a couple minutes ago?
420, dude, should be a holiday.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't even smoke anymore, but I think if you were required, if everyone were required to smoke weed at least once a year, I think the world would be a better place. Yeah.
Well, the Karens who can't even wear a mask in public because they can't breathe, we can't make them smoke marijuana because we're going to be oppressing them, you know?
Hey, there's no choice. It's the holidays. Yeah.
My body, my choice. What are you talking about?
No, but I think the world would be a better place if everyone just and on 420 you just
on 420 where everyone has to stay indoors, nobody can go out on the roads, and you just
exactly
lighten them up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I have edibles instead? I'm not a big smoke guy. Can I have edibles instead or something?
You can do edibles, yeah.
I'll do. Yeah. You know, I've never done the weed, as the kids say, but I mean, you give me some nice Sour Patch Kids with, you know, some of the good stuff in there. I might be about that. I love some gummy. I love some Sour Patch Kids. You want to sneak in some of that?
Yeah, the people that don't like to smoke weed, they just have to take CBD. Yeah. So you're kind of there. Yeah.
Okay.
Slightly, not really, but yeah.
You can't give me like a souped up gummy bear or Sour Patch Kid?
I'm sure it's possible. Yeah. They have weed stores here in Massachusetts, dude. You just go buy.
We are not legalized here, even though I voted for it in 2018. I don't know what we're doing here. It doesn't, even though I've never, you know, I'm not a weed guy, but there's no sense in making that illegal still. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Just look at the money that the state makes in taxes off.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. But hey, we're just people that should be running this country instead of the people that actually are. What do we know?
Yeah. So
what do we know? We just fixed holidays. We just fixed the drug crisis, and we do great things. You know, I'm really proud of us. Way to go. Way to go. Is there anything else that you got that you want to cover before we go enjoy the rest of our Mondays?
Yeah, hell yeah. Monday fun day, dude.
Monday fun day. I got to go grocery shopping and work out after this. I don't know how fun my day is going to be. I actually might do a little reading today. It's weird. Mm-hmm. Got Matthew McConaughey's new book, Green Lights, his memoir. Pretty good.
There you go.
Pretty good. Read about a third of it yesterday. I can read. Who knew? Who would have thunk it? But so you're good? You done? You ready to close this thing out?
I'm ready to roll, dude.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for the 25 episodes so far. Thanks for rocking with us. We really appreciate the support. 25 down. Many more to go. If you haven't already, subscribe to us on the YouTubes at Bush League Bros. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Again, at Bush League Bros. In the comments, let us know what holiday you're getting rid of and what holiday you're going to add. We want to know. Or you can tell us why we're wrong about the Thanksgiving thing and why Thanksgiving should be worthless, in which case we'll block you from, you know, ever watching us again. That's not true. But until next time, guys, thanks for following, and peace.
Peace.